Hi, welcome to this fourth part of the video series Build Your Home Theater. I hope you had seen the previous sessions, part 1, part 2 and part 3, which I spoke about the different aspects of the home theater, cinema theater, and the resolutions required for the television, for the projectors and all that. So those are the initial shopping tips that are required in choosing the right components. Now, coming to the final home theater, how it has to be laid out, okay? And this is the most important part of this video series, because this is the one which most of the people mess up actually because of improper planning, okay? So in this today's session, I'm going to talk about the wiring and the connections related to electrical, the LED lighting, which is for lighting the place. Then we are going to talk about the network cabling and with wired and wireless both. And we are going to talk about the audio cabling and the video cabling and all the interconnections related to that. Okay, so in this little bit of planning is required. So I'm going to give you just tips on how certain things should be accounted, okay, when you're planning the layout, okay. One is, okay, you have decided on a particular room or a living room, whichever the place may be for your home theater, and you need to take a drawing board and you have to start planning. Okay, let me start with this layout. Okay, now this is a typical layout for a 7.1 home theater system, okay, which is a dedicated home theater, which I spoke in the previous part. Okay, here we have an audio-visual rack for keeping all your AV components. Then you have a TV and the screen, because we are going to have both so that you can watch in either one of the screens. Then you have this audio speakers, which is for the left, center, right, surround left, surround right, rear left and rear right. Then you have the projector and the screen that is required. Now this is the layout. Okay, now let us talk about the first electrical connections. Okay, now most of us, we have challenges in getting these things done, because not a single person or a contractor, sorry to say this, most of the time I see this, they are not knowledgeable in all aspects of this. Okay, so you as a home theater builder responsible for its neat layout, you have to take the initiative and ensure that these things are considered and accordingly communicated to the contractor, the respective contractor. Because nowadays you see the contractors are separate. Say you have only an electrical contractor, he doesn't bother about audio visual. There's only audio visual, he doesn't bother about the electrical part of it. And the network cabling guys, they are not bothered about electrical, or it's like that actually. But we have to integrate and ensure that everything. So of course a good system integrator will help you with all these things, because they take the complete turnkey project. Okay, so if you are building on your own, you have to take care of all these aspects and get it done from each contractors. Okay, this requires a little bit of time. And when you have a home theater that has to be built from the scratch, from your new house or from a new room, then it's really good, because this is the right time that you're watching the video. You can do it with much better planning, right? Now, first thing is electrical, because electrical, sometimes it goes as a concealed electrical wiring, sometimes it is external. So because these are the things, it has to be completed before you can put any other covering, okay? So sometimes for lighting you will have a L box and all that. So all these wirings can be hidden. Okay. Now electrical. Now with this layout, where are the electrical points that are required? Now in your layout, for example, I'm going to draw in a smaller size, okay, smaller scale. Okay. Now for audio visual, okay, the first is you need AC sockets, right? Now for AV, then at least I would recommend at least some 10 sockets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 sockets to be provided on the wall. Okay, on the wall, switch sockets that can go behind the AV rack. Okay, then what you need is one you require for TV. Okay, one socket for TV. Then for subwoofer, you need one socket. Okay, one socket for subwoofer. Then here I would prefer to have some AC sockets here. Why? Because I may want to connect my laptop and I also want to see it on the TV or for the screen. Okay, so then I need some AC sockets here. Then for projector near the ceiling, I will need one. Otherwise, you can still have it at the eye level. Only thing is you have to pull down the cable to that particular point. Okay, so these are few of the electrical points that are required. Then accordingly, the electrical wiring need to be laid out. Okay. Coming to LED lighting. Now, if you want to make the home theater look elegant, of course, lighting becomes an important part. Nowadays, you get quite economical, budgeted LED lights with RGB control and all that, where you can control the color of the lightings and all that with a flip of a remote control and all that. Okay, I'm just giving one design of a LED lighting. Okay, for example, this place, I would like to have all the lightings on the ceiling. Okay, nothing on the wall, right? So which means I will have spotlights, right? Spotlight which is from the ceiling firing down. Okay, I have this thing which is laid out around this place. Okay, then I will also run an LED lighting which will be like a RGB control. Okay, where I can flip for getting different colors. It may act like a disco lights also, right? So now LED lighting. Now all this LED lighting also requires LED electrical wiring. So along with these electrical points, these wiring need to be pulled out, okay, above that L box. And the control for this switch. For example, I want to have this in one zone and this one is another zone. So I can have one switch for this, one switch for this, which I would like to prefer having the switches here. Maybe. So to see your convenience, that is how the layout should be. Okay. Now the electrical wiring should ensure, combined with the LED lighting, that you have all the respective switches on off, switches for this particular light. All that can be planned, right? So this is as far as the LED lighting for this particular home theater is required. Now network cabling. Nowadays set-top box, no longer cable TVs running thick cables and all that is not really happening. Like in Singapore, if you are connecting any set-top box or anything, then it's only a network cable and each room is terminated with a network cable, and you have the set-top box connected. You can also connect the same set-top box in multiple places. So all that convenience is there. So suppose if your network cable is somewhere down, okay, then the wiring need to be done in such a way that it comes near the TV and one connection comes towards the AV rack. Okay, see, these are important connections. See, the problem is when we ignore or neglect all this initially, then later on, when we have to do the actual connection, we mess up by running the cable across, running down the floor. It will be a messy thing. Okay, if you want your home theater to look elegant, many things you need to consider and plan it properly. Coming to audio cable. Now for audio cable, as you know, you will have to connect all the speakers through an audio cable. Okay, audio cable, all this, because the power is coming from a AV receiver. Okay, these are all non-powered speakers, right? All these non-powered speakers, okay, has to be run through a speaker cable. Okay, for speaker cable, normally in the market you get something like a oxygen-free copper cable, right? Oxygen-free copper cable. It is something like 6 millimeter dia. Each of this cable, it comes as 2 in 1 together. So this each one is required for each of the speaker. So this oxygen-free, we call it as OFC, oxygen-free copper. OFC cable are available in the market. So this also need to be laid out from this AV receiver. It has to come here, here, here to these all places. So all this can go from the ceiling. So and you are just terminating at the respective points. And for example, if you're having a ceiling, a false ceiling, then even this speaker you can convert it into a ceiling speaker also. So it's up to you. Even this can be converted as a ceiling speaker. Okay. Ideally, it is good to have closer to the ear level. Okay, so which means you can have the rear surround as in the ear level, and this surround can go up so that you feel that okay, the sound also comes from the ceiling. So these are the audio, and apart from that, there are all interconnection that has to be done inside the AV cable, which I will speak about it in the next particular session. Now the video cable, of course. Now here, video cable, we have to connect the TV, okay, to the AV receiver, and from the projector, the cable has to go to the, see, normally nowadays the video cables are normally in HDMI. Okay, HDMI cable is, see, earlier they used to use composite cable, sometimes they used to use 3 component, it's called component cable, RGB, separate 3 RCA connector used to be there. So all that is nowadays not there. HDMI cable is there, which also has an integrated audio in that. Okay, HDMI cable also will go from this projector onto this AV receiver. Okay, AV receiver in this particular AV rack. You can also have this HDMI distribution amplifier, which I will tell you how the connections part of it is. Okay. Then I also may prefer to have on the wall a place where I can connect an external HDMI connector. See, these are some of the options you need to build in a home theater. See, that is how you make it look a bit professional. Like I have a laptop, I don't want to just take it every time to the AV rack, do the connection, pull out the cable from behind. It'll be a messy thing, right? So then that you can have a wall socket provided on the wall with a HDMI connector. So from your sofa, you just connect a short cable towards the wall, connect it, plug it, select that particular source, and you're on the projector. Okay, so that is how the system can be designed in such a way that all this electrical wiring, lighting, the network cable, audio, video, everything is done in a neat way and everything is taken care. Okay, so this is, as I mentioned, I stress a lot of importance to this particular thing because this is the one which is going to make the final layout of your home theater look really elegant. So do a bit of planning. We can also help you in doing all these things so that the overall layout looks neat. Okay, I hope you liked this particular session of this video. If you like it, click thumbs up, share with your friends, do subscribe, and I'll see you in the next session. Thanks for watching.